Hi, everybody. I'm so happy you're here with me today because what we are about to uncover could change the way you see weight loss and your health forever. You've been told the solution is simple, like take a shot, have surgery, suppress your appetite, shrink your body, right? But today we're going to be asking you a deeper question. Is this actually healing, or are we just silencing the cries of your body and that's asking for actual help? Stay with me because today I'm revealing the missing key that no one's talking about. Something critical that every human body depends on, and why ignoring it guarantees absolute failure. Well, you will have success at first, but we are actually going to talk about GLP-1 drugs and GLP-1 natural alternatives. Medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and more. They're called GLP-1 receptor agonists. They mimic a gut hormone called GLP-1 that helps slow stomach emptying, make you feel full longer. They even stimulate insulin to lower your blood sugar. That sounds great, right? In clinical trials, these drugs showed impressive short-term weight loss, up to 15 to 21% of body weight lost over 68 weeks, big drops in A1C, and helped appetite control. But that's only half the story. Here's the reality. Up to 2/3 of the weight lost returns within 1 year of stopping that drug. People report debilitating nausea, vomiting, muscle wasting, and even gallbladder disease. I'm working with a couple of those patients right now. There's risk for pancreatitis and increased thyroid concerns. And it's not cheap. It's actually quite expensive, $1,000 to $1,300 a month. The most heartbreaking part is when your weight begins to come back on, many people blame themselves. They think, if only I had more willpower, if only I'd stayed on the drug forever. But you guys, it's not your fault. You were never given the full picture. You weren't told the whole story. You see, GLP-1 is just one piece of an incredibly intricate puzzle. God designed your digestive system to work with a symphony of hormones, not just one solo player. Here's the missing key. When you eat, your body also releases a key component, PYY. Also, CCK, ghrelin, amylin, leptin, and others, and they work together to regulate the feeling of being hungry, fat storage, and control your blood sugar. PYY, the peptide YY in particular, is critical. It's a potent this word gets me every time, satiety hormone that tells your brain, hey, I'm full, stop eating. Without proper stimulation of PYY, no matter how much GLP-1 you inject, you will still experience cravings, metabolic adaptation, and weight will be regained. Why isn't anybody talking about that? Doctors are injecting one hormone, hoping it will fix a system built to depend on many working in harmony. Friends, that's why the fix feels temporary, because the fix is temporary. And surgery gastric bypass and lap band were hailed as miracles too. But 64% of gastric bypass patients regain significant weight within 5 years. The lap band often leads to complications, removals, and full weight regain. Because again, we're cutting, shrinking, bypassing without healing the root dysfunction. I want to pause here for a moment. If you are someone who has struggled for years with your weight, if you've faced heartbreak, shame, frustration, I want you to know that I see you. I honor you. This conversation today is not about blame. It's about offering real hope because you are not a failure. Your body is not broken. You have simply been offered incomplete solutions. Here's the truth. Healing isn't about suppression. It's about restoration. It's about bringing the body back into the rhythm it was designed for. Consider. Eat real, colorful food that naturally stimulates your GLP-1, your PYY, your CCK, and others. Include protein, fiber, healthy fats, every meal to turn on satiety signaling function. Using functional herbs like bitter melon, cinnamon, and berberine to balance insulin naturally. Avoiding the hyper-processed food that hijacks your hunger. We also need to feed your microbiome. Your good bacteria, your good gut bacteria, we need to feed that with 30 plus different plants a week. We need to include fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, and kefir. Avoiding the fake sweeteners, the emulsifiers, and the chemicals that cause inflammation in our gut. And you know what, guys? We do talk about poop here. We need to be tuned into our stooling patterns. It is unhealthy not to have a stool every single day, if not a couple of times a day. Healthy bowel movements include healthy detox and metabolism. If you're not pooping daily or it's not well formed, it's a clue that something in your gut needs support. If you've been following me, you will see I have a fun little challenge called the Blue Poo Challenge. I ask you to consider if this is you, join me and check that out. I think you might be surprised how long your transit time is. Look deeper than normal labs and have somebody, maybe me, maybe another functional practitioner, look through a different lens, a functional lens. Functional interpretation of your labs matters. It spots problems before a disease takes hold. Know your insulin, fasting glucose, ferritin, thyroid patterns, and not just normal ranges. Your labs tell a story. Learn to read that story. Move with joy, even 10 minutes at a time. You don't have to pound weights at a gym. Just be moving. Post-meal walks 10 to 15 minutes after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That improves your blood sugar, your digestion, and it brings down inflammation naturally. Gardening, stretching, hiking, riding horse, riding bike, movement is not made to be a punishment. It should be a celebration of this life that we have. Heal your relationship with your food. Trauma rewires hunger and safety signals. Emotional eating isn't a character flaw. It is a coping mechanism. Here, walking alongside you at Grace Anatomy, we help you rebuild a safe, joyful connection with nourishment the right way. You were made for more than symptom suppression. You were made for healing, wholeness, and freedom. If you're tired of chasing short-term fixes, if you're ready to partner with your body the way God intended, if you want to rebuild not just your weight, but your overall vitality, I invite you to join me. You are not alone. You are not broken, and you were definitely designed for victory. I really want to thank you for being here and for following me along in this journey. Thank you for being brave enough to seek these missing pieces. Let's rebuild true health together. You guys have a blessed week, and I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Beth Krause, Grace Anatomy, here live